gentlemen, welcome to Never Mind the Buzzcocks Christmas Special. Now, I know it doesn't look very Christmassy, but we're not going to trivialise the festive season like everyone else. Remember, Christmas is about one man, a man who's touched all our lives. He's been around for nearly 2,000 years, his wonders to perform. But sadly, we couldn't get Noddy Holder, so there's no point putting up the tinsel. Anyway, the BBC are bound to repeat this show in July, so tonight we'll be having a summer theme instead. Sean's first guest is the main man with supermodels on his D, King of New York cool, Huey Morgan of the Fun-Loving Criminals.
I got supermodels all night.
In a backstage row at a recent MTV Awards, ex-Marine Huey was on the point of slapping Zach, the annoying little one from Hanson. But Zach's dad stepped in and said, "Oi, wait your turn." Sean's second guest is sensuous All Saints sister, Natalie Appleton. Natalie's band got their name from the location of their studio in All Saints Road. A similar ploy was used by a less successful girl group, the Hanger Lane Gyratory System. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalie and Huey, Sean's team. Phil's first guest is that Grand Imperial Wizard of the keyboard, Rick Wakeman. Rick lives on the Isle of Man, where his neighbour is Norman Wisdom. Every morning, Rick is woken by the sound of Norman falling out of an upstairs window while trying to paint a flagpole, only to be saved by his braces and catapulted into an ornamental pond. His second guest is record-breaking track and field star, the one and only Sporty Spice, is Mel C. The Spice Girls are currently estimated to be worth £13 million each, though thanks to coming on this show, Mel has now crept ahead by £75. Mel C and Rick, Phil's team, ladies and gentlemen. The first round is indecipherable lyrics. For Sean, Huey and Natalie, it's Gabba Gabba Hey time on the beach tonight with the Ramones and their 1977 summer hit, She Knew Is a Punk Rocker. So, Sean's team, what were Johnny, Joey, Dee Dee and Tommy on about there?
Well, I'm big, huge Ramones fan, and I think this is about... the lyrics are quite complicated. They're about the first time they babysitted for the band A-ha.
Right, OK.
And that's the first time the kids A-ha are upstairs ready to go. And then they must have said something, they're going to the discotheque, go, go. And then I think he's trying to get them to sleep, so he starts telling them stories about their, you know, rock life. And he goes, Ted Nugent's good in bed. He had to break some wind, and then the babysitter comes. He goes, the babysitter has a happy arse. Oh yeah, oh yes. I don't know if that's about your band, Rick. It's open to interpretation.
What? What is a happy arse?
Little Chef are opening up a new brand of restaurants called the Happy Arse.
I thought it was a little different because the Ramones are from Brooklyn, New York, and there's a thing they do in Brooklyn. It's called the running of the donkeys, and every group has like, you know, a little donkey, and the Ramones had a donkey, and they painted it like a punk rocker because that's their way. And the last thing you want to do is get in a mosh pit with a donkey because you, you know, the lyric goes, she comes from real good stead, you know, she had to break away, and she's a happy ass.
So have you got a donkey as well, Huey?
My crew has a donkey, yeah.
I have to just say, Huey, you say all the crews have a donkey?
Yeah, most of them do.
Oh, right, because I was going to say I thought supermodel on my D was something very different from...
Yeah.
It's a much nicer image now. You know, you're walking around you're walking around your hood, as I believe you call it, with Elmer McPherson on a little donkey. I have to say, Huey, the message the song is sending out is very different.
Why don't you sing along with the Ramones?
Well, the kids are upstairs, ready to go now. They must have said something, going to the discotheque, go, go. Ted Nugent's good in bed.
She had to break her wind. Every day she had a happy arse.
Oh yes.
She is.
Punk rockin' donkey, they could put that in the
Is that your real answer?
I thought I really got it in a moment of clarity.
Joey Ramone never had.
But yeah, we thought it was the kids are all hopped up and ready to go.
Ready to go.
They want trouble and they're heading to the disco. Go, go. She just shook her head and went to the store and bought some bread. And she has a happy ass.
You're quite close, apart from the happy ass bits. The real lyrics are, she just couldn't stay, she had to break away, or New York City really has it all. So I can only give you 1 point. In 1997, Joey Ramone suffered second-degree burns to his face, neck and chest after he dropped a teapot. It was the worst tea-related rock and roll accident since Eddie Cochran was killed when he swerved to avoid a PG Tips chimp. For Phil, Rick and Mel C, it's all teeth and tonsils with the Bee Gees in 1978 and their disco classic, Staying Alive. So, what in the name of luxury hair products were Barry, Morris and Robin on about there?
It's interesting because the windows weren't broken when they started singing.
The only line that I could really pick out was I had a penguin on my shoes. But I don't know, Mark, if it was a penguin as in the wildfowl or a penguin as in the delicious chocolatey biscuit. See, if he did have a penguin on his shoes, that would account for why they sing like that. Because if you had an emperor penguin, which is about that height, pecking away at your knackers. Do any Brooklyn crews here hang with penguins? Because then you could have sang a supermodel on my pee. Which should also work both ways.
I've had pee on my supermodel, but that's a whole different...
Well, I think they were trying to, when they originally wrote this, to try and clear the air about some of the innuendos into their sexuality. You know, the fact that one or two of them may shop round the corner, that they wanted to try and...
Spoil my Christmas, why don't you?
I'm sorry, Sean. And I think that that's actually, the bits that I managed to pick out was, I think that they were talking about sex in a car, that they're perfectly normal. And I got, so like when I drive my roller, I love to ride. I really do like to have a ride inside. In an MGB, you find you just can't lose, but inside a BG, you need lots of booze, because obviously...
I never thought anyone could lower the tone of this programme. Never mind the prog rock legend.
You wait, you hear the chorus.
Can someone call up Chegwin, have him on standby?
And the chorus, of course, which is pretty similar to, I think, what the real words are, which is, because it's all right, I'm not gay, I just like it the other way. We've just done it in a camper van, it's the only way to get an all-round tan.
Now you know why he did instrumentals.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you're stuck in 1978. Good night. Have we got any other versions? Please, God save me.
Mel has one.
I've got a totally different theory about the Bee Gees, and I reckon this whole song is actually about the three brothers going to Wigan for a night out, and they were trying to get like sorted for the night. So yeah, I'll read you the lyrics anyway. Well, first of all, when I get a lump and I get high, which I reckon he means like a lump of puff.
Right. A lump of puff.